Picture a life where everything is familiar, comfortable, and predictable. This was the life of John. Born and raised in a small town, John's world was compact, filled with familiar faces and places. His life was a series of routines, a carousel of sameness that spun day after day. Every morning, he would rise with the sun, walk the same path to the local bakery, and engage in the same conversations with the same people. His world was a well-worn groove, a path so beaten down by routine that it was all too easy to forget that there was anything beyond it. John's life was a comfort zone, a bubble of familiarity that he was hesitant to step out of. The thought of new experiences, different cultures, or unfamiliar ideas was daunting, a splash of cold water in the warm bath of his routine. In this cocoon of comfort, John was unaware of the vibrant world that awaited beyond his town's boundaries. Then, one day, a foreign exchange student arrived in John's town. Her name was Maya. She was an infusion of the unfamiliar, an embodiment of a world beyond John's quiet, predictable town. Maya was a living, breathing testament to a culture that was so unlike his own. She brought with her an array of vibrant traditions, a language that danced off her tongue in rhythms and cadences John had never heard before, and perspectives as wide and diverse as the landscape of her homeland. Maya was different, and it was this difference that made John's world tilt on its axis. It was as if an alien had landed in his backyard. The things Maya did, the way she spoke, the food she ate, even the clothes she wore, everything was a stark contrast to what John was used to. His comfort zone was threatened, and his initial reaction was resistance. He recoiled from her difference, like a turtle retreating into its shell. Maya's arrival sparked a discomfort within John that he hadn't experienced before. Her presence was like a mirror held up to his world, reflecting back its lack of diversity, its monotony. He felt a strange unease, an itch he couldn't quite scratch. He found himself questioning his own beliefs, his own ways of doing things. Why did he do things the way he did? Why did he think the way he thought? But even as he grappled with this discomfort, he was drawn to Maya's vibrant spirit. He was intrigued by her different way of seeing the world, of understanding it. There was something magnetic about her unique perspective that made him want to understand, to learn more, to step out of his shell and into the unfamiliar. The unfamiliarity of Maya's ways stirred unease within John, but little did he know it was the dawn of his transformation. As days turned into weeks, John found himself in a constant internal battle. A battle set in the arena of his mind, where old beliefs clashed against the new, the familiar against the unfamiliar. This was the struggle within, the struggle to understand and accept Maya's differences. John's initial encounters with Maya were like stepping into an alien landscape. Her perspectives, her values, her way of life, they were all so vastly different from what he had known. Like trying to read a book in a foreign language, he found it difficult to comprehend her world. The misunderstandings were inevitable, the conflicts unavoidable. There were moments of frustration, moments when he felt like giving up, moments when he questioned why he was even trying in the first place. After all, it was easier to stay within the comfort of his own bubble, to stick with what he knew. But there was something about Maya that intrigued him, something that drew him in. As he grappled with these feelings, he began to realize that the battle was not just about understanding Maya, but also about understanding himself. It was about challenging his own preconceived notions, about questioning his own biases. He realized that his struggle was not with Maya's differences, but with his own resistance to them. His struggle was not with her, but with his own closed mind. And so, he started to question. He questioned his own beliefs, his own values, his own perspectives. He questioned why he found it so difficult to accept something that was different from his own norm. He questioned why he was so quick to judge, so quick to reject. This questioning was not easy. It was uncomfortable. It was painful, but it was necessary. It was a crucial part of his journey towards understanding and acceptance. The struggle was real, yet amidst the chaos, John began to question his own perspectives. This was the struggle within, the struggle to open his heart and mind to the beauty of differences. It was a struggle that was both challenging and enlightening, a struggle that was essential for his growth. In the midst of this internal storm, a realization struck John like a bolt of lightning. Suddenly, the clouds of confusion parted, and John experienced an epiphany, a profound awakening. He realized that Maya's differing perspective wasn't a threat, but a treasure. This understanding came not with a grand bang, but with the soft whisper of wisdom. He understood that Maya's unique view wasn't an attack on his beliefs, but an invitation to broaden his horizons. The differences that once caused friction now sparked fascination. John began to appreciate the richness Maya's perspective brought to his life. Her ideas, her beliefs, her unique way of seeing the world, all of these added new colors to the canvas of his life. They stretched his understanding, pushed his boundaries, and deepened his empathy. And so at the heart of this storm, John found not chaos, but clarity. John realized that the world was a kaleidoscope of perspectives, each unique, each valuable. John's journey didn't end with this realization. It was merely the beginning. A profound shift had taken place within John, a transformation that rippled outwards, touching every facet of his life. He began to view the world through a prism of acceptance, his heart and mind wide open to the beauty of diversity. His personal growth was palpable. He no longer shied away from differences, but embraced them, understanding that they were the threads that wove the tapestry of humanity. He began to see that each person's uniqueness added value to his own life, broadening his perspective and enriching his experiences. His relationships flourished as he nurtured a newfound respect for individuality. He became a beacon of acceptance, his open heart drawing people towards him. He found that as he embraced differences, he was embraced in return. John's transformation wasn't just about personal growth, it was about becoming a part of something larger. John's story teaches us that embracing differences doesn't just change us, it enriches us. Now, take a moment to reflect on John's journey and the lessons it imparts. In the quiet spaces of your thoughts, imagine how your life might mirror his. How many times have you come across differences that have startled you, challenged you, or even scared you? In those moments, did you retreat into the comfort of sameness, or did you lean into the discomfort, embracing the difference as an opportunity for growth? Think about it. Ponder over the instances when you could have opened your heart a little wider, extended your understanding a bit further. Consider the vast landscapes of learning that lie beyond the borders of the familiar. Imagine the person you could become if you dared to venture into those territories, if you dared to welcome differences with an open mind. Remember, a world of growth awaits when we open our hearts and minds to differences.